Hari Om children, how are you all? I'm so glad to see you all. After a long time we are seeing each other. Hopefully you liked my old podcast like previous one. I added a new thing. You can check it out. The link is in the description. But today what are we going to do? Today we are going to do a Gyaan story, but it's renamed into Nitty Gritty Time with Palak. Okay? Now, what was the quote for last class? The quote was, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. So every day we're going to do something which is called quote 2-minute quote time. That means the last week's quote we are going to discuss, or the last class's quote we are going to discuss, understand the meaning, and then we will move on to our session. Okay? So now what is the meaning? Success is not final. It's never forever. It will never be forever. Failure is not fatal. Failure is not that bad. It's never bad. It's not extremely dangerous. It's the courage to continue that counts. That means it's the strength to continue. It's the power to continue that is present. Present can be a synonym of counts. There are two types of counts. One is counting the numbers, and one is count that is what is happening in the present. Okay, now let's start with our today's quote. What is today's quote? We are going to discuss it tomorrow. Okay, so what is the quote? Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it's a memory. I'll discuss this quote next class. But today let's start with a nitty-gritty session. Okay. Now can you tell me a little bit of a guess what are we going to do? Nice answers. Very well. Okay. Pause the video and think for a moment. I hope you have thought for a while. Now we can start. Okay. So today we are going to do 3 to 4 topics. 3 to 4 topics. One is analogy. Second one is Bhagavad Gita verse 47, which we are working for many times. Third one, 3 stories of fire demons. And then we will do things about our life. Okay? Reasons we should not do this, we should not do that. Okay, let's start. Remember that going to the top is easy, but remaining there is difficult. That means if we go to the top, if we get 100 marks in our exam, we go up on top. But remaining there, then when you go to 10th grade, you will get less marks, you will get 20. Then when you go to 9th grade, when you go to 11th grade, you will get 10. Then when you go to 12th grade, you will go to 20, 30. Like that, it's very difficult remaining to the top. When you did the board exam, you got 100. But now, your 12th board exam, you got 20. Like that. So it's very difficult to remain on the top. It's easy to reach. We can work hard and reach there. But when we reach to the top, we think we have worked very hard. We have become very lethargic, lazy. And then we stop working hard, and then we literally fall down to the bottom. Bottom is bottom. Now, a cloud is full of water, but when it falls, it disappears. The meaning is you're full of yourself. You're full of your ego. You will fall and never succeed. If you're full of yourself, you're full of your ego, you're very foolish and you're very selfish, then you will never succeed. You will always fall. Now, let's do analogy. Now, what is analogy? Comparing between two things. Okay? Now, let's start. Now, we'll compare on a topic called rain and mountain. Now, what can we say? When the rain rains nothing, it keeps on raining, pouring down. But when the mountain is there, it stays stiff. It doesn't move at all. It's like it's his place, it's hold. It never moves. Whenever it rains, do you see the mountain falling down? Whenever storm comes, do you see the mountain like push? No, it never gives up. It keeps on staying there. And the rain keeps on pouring down, but in the end it gives up. Right? But the mountain still stays still. Right? Like that we have to be. We have to stay still. Not give up. Like the rain gives up at the end, but the mountain stays straight. Now let's do on a stick and a trunk. In your neighborhood, a very bad storm came last week. But imagine if you were a stick. You would have flown into the water. If a tsunami had come, you would have flown into a water. But if a very thick trunk would have been there, it did not move, right? If the tsunami came, the tree would be there. If it was very thick, this thick, it would have been there, right? No, not a tsunami, a very thin tsunami, like it was almost like a flood. If a flood came, then the trunk would have stayed, right? So we have to be like that. We have to be very bold and strong and keep on holding on the same place. Now in Bhagavad Gita verse 47, we should never think about the fruits of our action. Because if we do that, we should do our best. Okay? We should never ever give up. We should do our best. Let's do it again. We should never give up. We should do our best. Okay? The third time, write this in your book daily. We should never give up. We should do our best. I'll also write this in the description in every video now onwards. Now 3 rules in life. Do your best. Focus on your dharma and care for others before yourself. 3 stories. There are 3 stories which I want to tell you for a long time. Okay. Now, these are fire stories. These are 3 fire stories. Which I will tell you in the end of the class. Because right now it's very long. It will take a lot of space. So I want to complete almost full. So then I'll complete this. And then I'll start the 3 fire demon stories. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita, verse 47, again verse 47. Verse 47, karmaṇ-evādhikāras te ma phaleṣhu kadāchana ma karma-phala-hetur bhūr ma te saṅgo stvakarmaṇi. I by-hearted it, but yeah. So, let's see. In Bhagavad Gita, verse 47, karmaṇ-evādhikāras te ma phaleṣhu kadāchana. That one. It's verse 47, remember. Verse 47, chapter 2. In Bhagavad Gita, verse 47, chapter 2 tells us to focus on our work that we are doing rather than the fruits of the work, rather than the results. Then that greedy demon, ego demon and the selfish demon will come. But how are you going, now we'll do opinion. Now there are 5 topics today we are going to complete. Now, how are you going to form an opinion? By using this verse in our life, we can. What can we do in our life? It's our opinions. It's not going to be our fact, nothing else, but it should be our opinion. This will be the activity. And next class, I'll tell you the answers. Okay? Not answers, my opinions. And I also want you to do this. Because when we do these kind of activities, it will improve our life. It will make us very calm and chill. But rather than doing this, if kids are watching this, focus on their work more. But later do this. In your free time, if you're feeling bored, do this. Because this will help you calm down. Not like get very stressed out, get angry. You will be very calm. Do the activities which are written in the description of the story. Now, I'll tell you the answers later. Now, example, your mother asked you to clean your room. And you said, you have to give me a chocolate. This is what the verse is trying to say. This is what the verse is trying to say. karmaṇ-evādhikāras te ma phaleṣhu kadāchana ma karma-phala-hetur bhūr ma te saṅgo stvakarmaṇi. Remember that verse. Don't forget this. Okay, now what is the meaning of this verse? The right is to work only, but never to its fruits. Let not the fruit of action be thy motive, nor let thy attachment be inaction. Okay, so do not get attached to the results. Now let's go to the fire demon stories. Okay, so once upon a time, like Indra, this was a non-fiction story. It really happened. All these stories are literally written in our scriptures. Our Hindu scriptures, it's all written in this. So do not take this funny. It's literally serious. Okay, so restarting. First, we're going to do a story of restarting. Once Indra, okay, you can close your eyes and listen to this. It's a very nice story. So once there was a place, okay. So Krishna obviously lives in Gokul or somewhere, right? Vrindavan, Gokul, right? So he was like there, okay. And Indra thought went to a forest, okay. Krishna had went to the forest with his friends, but in the forest there were very bad memories like burned leaves, all of those things. So Indra told, I will finish this off. I'll finish all these burnt and dirty memories and want to make this a good place. So then he put a fire. He put a fire in that place. Then fire kept on spreading. It didn't stop at all spreading. It kept on spreading. And then he was like, oh no, now the trees are also starting to burn. Krishna told, Indra, why did you put this? He literally, Krishna is a form, right? So Krishna told Indra, why did you do this, Indra? Indra told, I didn't do this on purpose. I didn't mean to do that on purpose. I just wanted to finish all the bad and all the negative thoughts in this forest. I had done this for just a good purpose. Krishna told, you're right. You're very right. But next time tell it to me and do it. So he restarted all the work. So once, this is a real story. Really, when I was in grade 4, I was literally making a hand printing. Okay, I was using my paint and making a hand picture. My teacher was teaching me. While doing, suddenly water spilled. Water spilled and I had to restart all my work. In that time, I didn't knew this. Like, I'd forgotten about this. And then, like, I got so frustrated. I was like, oh, why? But actually take restarting as a gift of God. Maybe that must be some sanket after you make it. So God must have made you prepared before so that you can do it again. Now effort. Okay, now this is a story of effort. Then our class will be over and then we'll sum up it with the ending prayer. Now I'll say 3 stories very quickly. Effort. Now once so who was the brother of Krishna? Balram, right? So Balram told, I want to be the bigger brother this time. Sheshnag. He told, I want to be the bigger brother this time. Always you be the bigger brother, so today I will be. Krishna told, okay, fine, Balram, be the bigger brother. And then he made him the bigger brother. So now Balram was like there, okay, and then a big fat fire demon came. And he took Balram and he went very far away. He literally ran. Then Balram started getting all those negative thoughts, negative. Suddenly he forgot that he was Seshnag. Then suddenly all the dirty thoughts came. Will I be able to do it? What will happen next? Will I be dying? What will happen? And all that. Suddenly up. He did like this. He popped up. He thought, what am I thinking? I'm literally Seshnag. I can do anything. And then he literally he got very heavy. He slowly increased his weight. He got 101 kgs, 102 kgs, 103 kgs, then 200 kgs, 300 kgs, then 500 kgs, 600 kgs, 700 kgs. Kept on increasing. And the fire demon couldn't even run. He was almost going to fall down. He said, this little boy. And then Balram with his big little hand just punched him and he fell down. So what did this require? Plenty of effort. Now trust. Once Krishna was making everybody in his country, in his place in Vrindavan, meditate. He was like sitting. Om, Om, Om. He was doing that. Okay. While doing that, suddenly a fire appeared. I don't know from where a fire appeared. Then the fire kept on increasing. Krishna said, everybody started running. And then Krishna opened his eyes. Sit down. Close your eyes and sit down. Everything will become alright. He told, what will happen if we close our eyes? But they still trusted Krishna a lot, so they slept. They told, and Krishna sent him 10 miles, 20 miles away from the fire. See, so much of trust they had. And then, what did he do? Sorry, I forgot to tell one thing in the first story. He then took all the fire inside. He sucked all the fire inside. He swallowed it. Khalas, the fire got over. Interest? Like then Krishna did something with his magic, he stopped it. Okay? In the further stories, you'll know it in more detail. Now we are done. So we can say our ending prayer and then we can close up. Okay? Now let's start. Okay. Let's close our eyes and join our hands and say Sarvesham swastir bhavantu Sarvesham santir bhavantu Sarvesham purnam bhavantu Sarvesham mangalam bhavantu Sarve bhavantu sukhinah Sarve santu niramayaha Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dugbhag bhavet astu ma sadgamaya तमसा हो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांतिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. Hari Om children, enjoy your day and keep on listening to these stories because they will learn you how to live and how to do things. Just the Bhagavad Gita's intention is how to live. Okay? Good night and have a great day. Okay?